Miami has always been fascinating to me, and one of the places that there's some real thorough people in Miami, man. And Miami was always about getting money and hustling. And not hustling on a sense of like me growing up in DC, but it was just, it was means to the end because, you know, whether it was the bus drivers, whether it was the yard mans, whether it was the car wash guys, you know, or whether it was just people cleaning houses, there was a sense of ownership and there was a sense of pride in Miami that, you know, white folks or even these Cubans, they didn't wield the power that blacks had in Miami. To me, when I was coming up, my grandmother and great grandmother always owned their houses. They owned houses. They didn't just own a house, and they worked for white folks. But they owned their shit. Like when you talk about Richmond Heights is, you know, quote unquote, supposed to be the area where most of your professionals live. You understand me? Like when I was coming up, Kendall wasn't in existence, not like that. That wasn't in existence. I knew about down south, Orion, Grooves. I didn't even know about Homestead, but Liberty City, Overtown, Coconut Grove, Carroll City, not Miramar, Carroll City. Like these were places where blacks actually owned their neighborhoods, they owned their homes, and you know there was a bunch of pride. You know, when you talk about, you know, yeah, people talk about, you know, Central New Orleans, Carroll City, and Northwestern, but shit, you can't talk about that. We ain't talking about Killian.
Blackface rolling, black power tats, racial profile in every city on the map. My squad is black guards, where we grew up at. Shit was hard, now I got this whole city on my back. Port of Miami bloodline, drug crimes, planted seeds from Richmond Heights to Kendall, where I dug mine.
Right, that's where I went.
That's what I'm saying. Like Killian, everybody know about Killian.
Right.
You ain't talking about Homestead. You gotta talk about Homestead or South Miami. All that other stuff, South Dade and all these other new schools, that wasn't Miami. South Ridge, South Miami, Killian. You understand me?
Palmetto, Sunset.
Palmetto was okay because you had people from Perrine. They went to Palmetto.
Right.
You understand me? But then you had, you know, Northwestern. I don't even remember too much talk about the Gables.
Right. No.
But Northwestern, New Orleans, Central, Carroll City. That's Miami.
We came with my family, we moved here from New York. Like we were talking about, my father was working at Barnett Bank. I didn't know at the time, but he ended up opening a dry cleaners in Brickell with him and the guy who's now my stepfather. But when I was 9 years old, I didn't know what Brickell was. And so now I'm thinking back, like, you know, he's been dead 20 some years. I'm like, damn, if he was still alive and still had that dry cleaners and what I know was Brickell now, because I didn't know Brickell at 9 years old. You know, that shit meant nothing to me. But seeing what it is now, I'm like, damn, like he was really trying to be, you know, working at the bank, the only black man at Barnett Bank, but then being an entrepreneur with his best friend opening his business. But the shit didn't last. And I'm like, damn, did it not last because it was 1988, 89, two black men trying to own a business in Brickell, you know, and it was like doomed from start.
The development that people see in Miami, it's really in the last 20 years.
Now, would you say like the majority of that came out of like the cocaine game, like the drug game, like the, you know?
Well, the thing about, this is what happened in Miami. 70s and 80s, Miami was built off cocaine, on everything we love. That's what it was. When you start getting into the 90s, because remember, even in 1992, Miami Beach was not what Miami Beach is today. Miami Beach still had raggedy hotels and old people still living on the beach. In 1992, and I'm talking about in the span of less than 30 years, it was still stinky and funky on Miami Beach. You would come on Miami Beach, it would be funky.
I seen the artwork I did for this project, Paradise City I'm putting out. I used a picture that came from Liberty City riot in 1980. Were you around for that?
I came here after the McDuffie riots. That happened, I think, in April, May, and I came in June. So of course,
right after.
Those things were still simmering.
That was like a racial.
Of course.
Thing, yeah.
Of course. But again, what people don't understand about Miami, again, is Miami is the deep south. Florida had 100 extra years of slavery that people don't realize and recognize.
You know me. You know, like my vibe a little different.
I had a conversation with Mike the other day, and Mike was like, so why you? Well, Mike and Zay basically like, how much longer you gonna do this? I'm like, I'm gonna do it till I don't want to do it no more. Like, what do you mean? Why do I need to stop sometime soon or something? Because I'm 38 now. Like, is there a reason? Like, I can't continue to make music and create art? Because to me, that's what it is going into my 40s.
What was they based it upon, though? It can't be based upon the love of your music, because I think music is timeless.
Am I doing it to make money? And I was like, no. I said, money is not my motivating factor for creating my art and my music. He's like, well, what is it? I said, it's passion. I said, if money comes out of it, great. If it doesn't, I'm still gonna continue to do it. He said, oh, well, now he tried to use him playing ball. He's like, I love playing basketball, but I can't play like I used to with it. I said, yeah, because that is a physical inability that's happening as you get older.
Right.
There's nothing physical about, unless I lose my voice or some shit.
Right.
So you not being able to jump high, run as fast, have as much stamina as you get older is different than me getting older, continuing to create music. And I said, and there should be no reason why I have to say, well, I'm about to be this age, now I gotta stop. No, I'm getting older, I'm getting wiser, the music is maturing. And I think that, like I said, there's an audience for every type of artist and every type of music. The same way there's an audience for every type of movie. A director like Antoine Fuqua or Michael Mann, who makes, Antoine Fisher or Heat and shit like that, they're not concerned about the person who wants to go see Madagascar. They have their audience, the Madagascar audience, and directors and creators have their audience, and they both can exist in the world. I don't do trap music. I love trap music. I play this shit in the club, but I don't make that. I don't create that. I make a different type of rap. There's an audience that wants to listen to that. There's an audience that wants to listen to that. There's an audience that wants to listen to both and can embrace both and accept both. So why do I have to limit myself and my creativity to a time window?